I bought our first MSR Hubba Hubba NX tent around 5 to 6 years ago, and it has been with us in crazy adventures ever since until 6 months ago. 6 months ago we replaced the tent with the same model. How this tent held in the past 6 months, let's find out. When I bought the MSR Hubba Hubba NX tent around 6 years ago, it replaced the tunnel tent. And I got really amazed how roomy and spacey this tent felt inside, so I could basically change my clothes for the first time in my life inside of the tent, and I was very happy with it. I have to be honest, like 6 years ago, bikepacking was not such a big thing, and people were using this tent a lot for backpacking and for bike touring. So every time you went into a campsite, you could see this tent like everywhere. So based on its popularity and the fact that there were not so many tents available as today, I also purchased the tent, and to be honest, I was very happy for the last 5 years. We use the tent in many adventures, like we've been with it in Iceland, we've been with it all around Europe, Jordan, Israel, Vietnam, and yeah, we were using it basically to live inside, sometimes 1 month at a time. So in this video, we will not focus on the very tiny details. For example, we will not say that the tent stakes are very thin and they can bend very much, or I'm not going to say that the tent poles would also break after a period of time, because these kind of things are also normal. This is due to the materials. You know, if you're going to use lightweight aluminum, of course things will break in time and you will need to either fix it yourself, either replace some of these items, but we will not even complain about this thing in this video, because these are normal things. Of course, in time the tent showed signs of wear, and I had to patch it in several places because it developed holes, but this was not the fault of the manufacturer. For example, we were once in Austria, and in Austria it's very hard to wild camp, and we camped into a riverbed. Unfortunately, during the night there was a storm, the water came and flooded the tent, and we had to just like rush with the tent, and you know, we just poked it in a few places, but then we fixed it. So we kept using it basically. My personal impression is that the tent is a bit on the warm side. So for example, if you have a rainy summer day and you have to use the tent cover, it will be pretty much warm inside. Even if you leave the sides open, it will still feel pretty warm. But on the positive side, for example, in spring, in autumn, and also in the winter, it will create a microclimate inside which will increase the temperature with a few degrees, and it will make the living space more comfortable if outside is freezing cold. On the positive side again, we have noticed that the upper part of the tent has this mesh for breathing, which is really nice, and from the middle of the tent below it has this white material which is very nice for privacy. For example, if you want to change your clothes, or if you want to be inside and people not watching everything you're doing, we find the tent very nice. Like, it's still a pretty good compromise between the tent being breathable and having enough privacy when you're being in the tent. Now, on the negative side, I think the tent produces quite a bit of condensation, especially in the cold mornings and also in the very cold nights during fall and winter. Also, if you're using the tent during multiple days of rain, after the 3rd day of rain or so, the tent starts being soaked, and you'll have also condensation everywhere, and the things will also start being wet inside of the tent. So what we have done in the past, like every time after every adventure, we kind of wash gently the tent, using tech detergent, and also we've re-impregnated the tent to be kind of ready for the next adventures.
So we used to be huge MSR Hubba Hubba fans, huge fans of our tents that we had for 5 years, and that never really failed us until the wind blew it off of a mountain and we had to replace it. That was actually, I think, 2 months into our trip. We weren't mad about it because, as I said, the tent was 5 years old and it lived a long life and it served us very well. And because we were such big fans of MSR Hubba Hubba, we of course bought exactly the same tent again. The only thing is now what they sent us, we're not very happy with it. Actually, we're very disappointed with the quality of it. The sewing on multiple parts of the tent is just insufficient. It unsews by itself without us manipulating it in any way, and as I said, in multiple parts of the tent. Also, the zipper on the left side on the tent, which is usually my side, it's already broken, so it kind of just unhinges out of nowhere, and that's of course a huge bummer, especially since we're usually camping right now in the jungle where there are a lot of insects like ants, mosquitoes, everything that needs to stay outside. So we're extremely unhappy with the quality that it has become during the last few years. Even the outer tent is not waterproof anymore. I don't know if it ever really was. It has also multiple parts where you can tell that it's losing the sealing. So we wouldn't really recommend this anymore to our friends. We used to be huge fans, as I said. We used to recommend it to anyone. You also see them everywhere, everybody having them. But as I said, I think they have a big quality issue now. Now that the damages are piling up, as I said, we have already a hole in our tent and the zipper doesn't really close properly. We are trying to make a warranty claim and see how that goes. We haven't done it yet, so let's see how the company deals with when it comes to customer service. Tell us in the comments below if you have any other recommendations when it comes to lightweight outdoor tents that are, let's say, within the 400 euro range. Tell us in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.